Before the break, we introduced you to a Birmingham Water Works customer who went almost a year without any bill and now has 10 different ones all on the same day. But some Water Works customers may actually be jealous she at least knows what she owes.
They said the bill will be $1,500.
At least Yolanda is now getting a bill.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Something thousands of other Birmingham Water Works customers like Hoover homeowner Josh Clark haven't seen in months.
A few weeks ago, I called back just to say it's been 3 months since I had my last bill. Prior to that, I had to call you again to get one. What's happening? That was 2.5 weeks ago. Was promised a bill and was promised a call back from a supervisor, and I've received neither one of them.
Clark says he's talked to his meter reader and seen a meter reading in his online account every month for the last several months, and has been setting aside money from his family budget to prepare for the big bill he knows is coming at some point.
I mean, when you are, especially in the current situation we're living in, everything is more expensive than it ever has been. And so we're looking at groceries going up, gas going up, and now they're going to expect me to pay 3 or 4 or 5 months at one time. We have 4 kids. That's hard for me to swallow as I think about how do we budget for that? What does that look like? And their answer is to go ahead and pay. Pay what you think you owe, and we'll make sure to take it off the bill. And that's not something I'm comfortable with. With all of the history that we've seen with Birmingham Water Works, I'm not going to give money to an organization that doesn't have a bill attached that I'm not guaranteed is actually going to show up when it's time for that bill to be processed.
Yeah, we understand that and empathize with them because of this situation. Definitely something that we don't want to be in.
Birmingham Water Works General Manager Michael Johnson says his utility estimated or guessed what to charge about 60,000 accounts, or about a third of its residential customer base, in January and February. He blames a COVID spike among their meter readers and staffing shortages in the billing department for that backlog. A backlog he says is still about 13,000 customers long.
We're catching up on those, and so we've prepared some communication to go out to those customers to let them know. One is, we understand that we haven't billed you because of our editing process, and we're behind about 13,000 accounts or so. And we intend to catch those up. Right now, we're estimating, and this is an estimate, that we'll be caught up in the early fall with previous accounts, and then in individual accounts that may have an issue where they're going through that edit process.
Facing the prospect of not getting a bill until early fall, Clark says he's especially frustrated with this level of service from a company he can't drop.
We're getting promised different things, and they're never coming to. And so if there was another option, we would have been there months ago. Integrity and transparency are what everyone counts on, especially when you're talking about their money. And to see an organization not have that as top priorities is something that just makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I understand their frustration, and again, empathize with them. It's not a situation that we want to be in.
So the important question here is, how do you protect yourself? Well, the Hoover homeowner we talked to, Josh Clark there, says he goes out and reads his own meter every month and records the amount of water that's been used, and also logs into his online account each month to check and see what the Birmingham Water Works is reading there. So if you have an online account, you can look at your monthly reading there and get some idea of what you're using, and also track past bills. Now, the Waterworks says you can go ahead and pay what you think you owe each month if you're not getting a bill, and they will credit you any extra once they get caught up. But again, that won't be until the fall at the earliest. Jonathan Hardison, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.